Yeah, no running this time. Lights on, mirrors up, moments here. It's the moment of truth. No more excuses. Every choice you made comes back to use it. Friends turn goals when the pressure hits. Stand in the fire or forever quit. Moment of truth. Face it or lose it. Woke up to the same old lies in the mirror. Chase paper dreams, now the vision's clearer. Homies I roll with plotting on my back, smiling in my face while they sharpening the axe. I gave them trust, they gave me lessons. Now I'm counting scars instead of blessings. Karma don't sleep, it just waits patient. Every seed you plant grows, it's all payment. No cap, no filter, no fake applause. When the mask drops, who you really are. It's the moment of truth. No more excuses. Every choice you made comes back to use it. Friends turn goals when the pressure hits. Stand in the fire or forever quit. Moment of truth. Face it or lose it. I used to run from mirrors, hated what I saw. Now I stare it down till the pain withdraws. Bills stacking high, pride stacking low. Had to learn the hard way, you reap what you sow. Temptation whispered, just one more play. But that road leads straight to yesterday. Lost some battles, yeah, but won the war inside. Took the L's and turned them into pride. No more hiding, no more fronting for the gram. Real, recognize real, that's the only plan. So when the night gets quiet and the doubts creep in, ask yourself straight, where do I begin? To fix the damage, to heal the sin. This is where the real story kicks in. It's the moment of truth. No more excuses. Every choice you made comes back to use it. Rise from the ashes or stay in the pit. Own your story. That's the ultimate hit. Moment of truth. Yeah, we all gotta face it.
And don't we all have to face here on the Moment of Truth? Now, there's a lot of things I'm going to say here. And with this, I think this needs to be addressed. And I'm going to get a man in here that is going to make things a lot easier so we can address this. I'm also going to say this as well. As soon as I can pull this up. And before we get everything started here, I'm having technical difficulties, but sending links out as we speak over the issue. So I hope you guys enjoy here on the Moment of Truth, because I'm going to get real in topic Now, I've kept my peace. I've tried to be good, but sometimes you guys got to learn that being good is something that most people like to take advantage of. And I feel like that, here on the Moment of Truth, that this man keeps making his thing known, and I'm going to keep pressing on and telling people about this man. I am not going to give up until people know the truth about this man. And here's the thing that I'm literally going to say right on topic here, because like this is really where it really gets to me to the long run, because I kind of feel like that to the long run, because I kind of feel like that some people just don't know the terminology no means no. And some people just want to keep pushing that agenda that they can think that they can push people around to give in to them. And this is where the Moment of Truth, I'm probably going to be the most hated podcast on YouTube for doing this. But, this is where I'm going to put my foot down. It is what it is. Before we get started, I sent DJ an invite, so DJ should be in here. And speaking of the devil, this Moment of Truth podcast is going to get real lit real fast. Boy, we're going to have some topics here. We're going to drop some nukes on the Moment of Truth, and to help me drop those nukes, I got to tag in my tag team partner here for this one, DJ Chaotic.
What's good, ladies and gentlemen? What's good, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, at the end of the day, voices need to be heard. Pain needs to be felt. That's all that matters here.
Now, when we get back on this topic, and the first topic that I want to discuss on the Moment of Truth, fake YouTube accounts. I'm not going to name this individual.
Oh boy, yeah, we know about these all too well.
I want to ask you guys, as questions, as viewers, why are people creating fake accounts? What do you guys think? Because you guys deserve to have your answers for these questions as well as we do. And to be honest, personally, why I think people creates the YouTube accounts is simple. They mad because they got banned on the channel, because they can't come back from, because they know they took things either too personal, they was making fake accounts, and childish. And then they think that, it's all good and gravy. You're supposed to smooth everything over. You see, for the fact of the matter is, my pawpaw's taught me a lot of things in life. And one of those things you do in life is not to dig a grave that you can't get yourself out of.
That's all fact.
And the sad part is, when you got to keep making fake accounts and keep getting banned, that shows how much really and truly you really are as a child, because you're stuck in your childish past. You can't accept the fact that people don't want to talk to you because you burn bridges. I mean, I'm just going to lay it all on the line. There's going to be, hell, you might as well pick up the phone and we're going to be a Kevin Impact here and saying, we need paramedics, the police, and the whole 9 yards. CJ's throwing nukes on the Moment of Truth. Yes, I am, because I'm tired of this shit. I'm sick and tired of people making fake accounts, coming in, shutting YouTube channels down. I'm sick and tired of people sitting there when we ask them, they keep lying to our face. I'm sick and tired of the bullshit and toxicity that this one little individual that I know that he's done this for years keeps on doing the same old shit, same old. It's the same.
And we don't got to drop names to prove it. We don't. Because at the end of the day, it's been a never-ending cycle with fake accounts, unnecessary things going on, YouTube channels getting shut down, like our good friend Ricky and KD. And I mean, let's be honest here. how many more times do we have to have the same old scenario bullshit happen on a constant basis for us to get the message through to people? We don't want to have nothing to do with you.
I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, stay in your lane, quit coming to see what we got on our show, and grow the fuck up. I mean, it's simple knowledge. I mean, even a baby could understand this. I mean,
it's almost like you're stepping into a scenario that you don't need to have no business in.
And I mean, here's another question. Are fake accounts being used up to stir up drama? You know, this one.
I strongly agree with that statement right there. Like, whoever is building fake accounts to stir up necessary drama, that is a problem in itself.
We know who it is because he admitted everything on the Moment of Truth on episode, what was it, 14?
It was 14.
We know who it is. So
and at the same token, we've got countless proof, knowledge of you behind the scenes having multiple accounts on your end, but you don't want to admit or show the proof that these accounts belong to you. And at the same time, you sit here and say, why are we targeting this and targeting that? And at the same token, you get what's coming to you.
You know, I'm going to quote something that, you know, my dad always said. And this is
Put it out here.
This is the truest saying of them all, DJ. He's always told me as a kid that be careful of what you do to people because karma's got its way of turning the table right back at you. In other words, you probably heard this through the Boomerang cartoon. Boomerang, it's all coming back to you. Karma, it's all coming back to you whether you like it or not. It's going to hit you in the face harder than reality.
The old hand is true, CJ. Karma's a bitch.
And, you know, another question here that I like about this thing right here is the simple fact how fake accounts damage trust within the community. You want to know why that you can't get that trust back is because you keep doing the fake account bullshit and doing things for all these years trying to frame people for your doings, and you can't man up to it.
And here's the one thing that my uncle always used to tell me and my grandparents throughout the years. It goes back to say this. There's an old saying in life that holds volumes. If you're not going to be truthful with people, they're not going to be truthful with you. Because in the long run, the more you target us, the more that shows who the character you really are. And boy, this individual has been showing his true intention to the world for how many years now, CJ? Yet he still hasn't learned this fucking lesson. Makes you wonder, CJ, how many times are we gonna get the memo through to him before he gets it through his thick, greasy fucking head? No means no.
I mean, here's the thing, you know. This is like, I'm going to take this to the acting childish part because I feel like we covered everything with the fake account thing.
Right.
And the acting childish thing is refusing to handle issues like an adult, starting unnecessary drama over minor situations. The difference of having fun and creating problems. You know, you put that same old, what's that same old excuse he always gives us? Oh, this is a video game. You're taking it from a video game.
But at the same token here, let me break this down for you. You may say it's a video game, but at the same time, you are creating problems outside of said game.
Bingo.
That makes us question you.
Bingo. That's where
at the same token, we have all this documented evidence about it, yet you're not willing to come to us as a man and admit these things, that these are you, when it's clear as day, all the evidence points right to you.
what's that old saying, DJ, that you probably heard of it, and I'm pretty sure everybody else here that is commented that is in my mods or not my mods has probably heard this old saying, is be careful for how you treat people, because one day you may need to come back to them. It goes back to burning bridges. You may need to actually have somewhere to go, and if you keep doing shit to people like you're doing, you're not going to have many places to go. So, in other words, always remember the golden rule. Treat others how you want to be treated. That's the golden rule.
But here's the thing that's the kicker part to me, that I know you've heard this quote, and so many people probably in your chat has heard this quote. Do unto others as others do unto you.
Bingo.
If you haven't heard of that quote, I mean, it's an old family quote that's been probably passed around through many families. So in my opinion is, you are literally making things worse on yourself than it is on us, because we can see right through the bullshit.
What's that old saying, DJ, about my papa used to tell me this, when I was a kid growing up, in a small little rural town, USA city. He always told me, he said, not only be careful how you treat people, but also be careful for your actions, because whatever you do for his actions, whether it is a good deed or a bad deed, those deeds going to be rewarded on what you do.
Hold on. Here's a quote that's gonna hit you like a ton of bricks, CJ. You know this saying probably all too well. So many people probably in the YouTube chat know the saying all too well. Actions speak louder than words.
Yep.
And boy, does this man's actions speak louder than words.
It goes back to, a good friend Tyler. He's falsely accused me for the same thing, saying, "Oh, it was CJ making fake accounts. It was CJ." But JMR brought up a good point, because me and him was on the phone call the other day. This is the thing that I'm going to tell him the moment of truth. It's kind of funny how this one little individual wants to say that it's Aaron, then it's this person, then it's that person. It's kind of funny how that one individual that likes to just pinpoint other things on what he's doing that he's accountable for, because he admitted on my last podcast. But at the same time, he don't want to take fully blown actions like a grown-ass man, especially, talking about people's kids, which is a no-no. That's going to get your ass beat. I'm just speaking facts here on the moment of truth. If you don't like it, oh well, that's the part of truth that you need to know. Second of all, you don't talk about a man's wife, especially when she has kids, because guess what? I've always learned through mom, when you talk about somebody's kids, mama bear is going to attack. So watch your mouth. And
then here's the other thing that makes me question it.
Let me get this out real quick, because this needs to be heard on the moment of truth. But going back to talking about people's kids, the mama bear scenario. You target her babies, that's just like me going in the woods, DJ, okay? Let's say if me and I go out there and touch one of those little cubs that is a grizzly bear, what do you think? Who do you think's going to come after me knowing that I killed one of the cubs? And then probably 200 feet, less than 100 feet, maybe 50 feet away, guess what? There's the mama bear right there, ready to come and just...
Either the mama or the dad bear.
Yeah.
It's coming at you.
So in other words, like I said, boomerang, it's all coming back to you. You got to learn when to try to keep your mouth shut and know what words to use, because you're making a lot of people mad. And I'm telling you, I've learned this through, life. Sometimes you got to know when to shut your mouth, and sometimes you got to know when to use your words wisely.
And here's the thing about it. It's almost like, here's the thing. You should know the golden rule of the streets for this individual that we're talking about. You shouldn't have to attack women or children. We call that's a bitch move on your part.
I mean, what's
But
that
you
old saying?
continuously go after women and children as if you can't do that to that individual like us, like a man, and say that same thing to us. But when we come chin check you and we mean conviction behind it, where does that lead to? Oh, you want to accuse everybody else but your damn self for what you did. Like, make it make sense, because all the evidence that we have proves otherwise, but you keep avoiding and ducking and dodging the whole scenario, which is pissing a lot of people off.
You know, the thing is about this individual. Okay, I'm gonna get to this topic because I feel like there's more things that we need to discuss here on the Moment of Truth.
Right?
There's disagreements that can turn into immature arguments. When you target somebody's kids, that is not even a disagreement. You're turning that into more than a personal level attack. That is a personal attack, and that is not necessary for e-feds. That is not necessary for call. That is not necessary for anything that does with wrestling. You're taking things personal, which means now it goes for, a video game. Now it goes to real life, which means what do you think is going to happen in real life, especially when somebody, you talked about their kids and they married to somebody. What do you think their husband's going to do to you? I mean, you don't really think of the what's the repercussions, if I could get that out correct.
Yeah, it's almost like can I just say it like this, CJ, in a way that everybody understands? There's consequences and repercussions for your actions.
I mean, what's that famous old saying? Let me look it up here. It was a James Bond old saying.
You want to talk shit, get hit. That simple as that. But continue to go down this road, you're liable to end up in the area that you don't want to be in.
See, here's the thing. So here's the thing that I'm going to say. I'm going to reword this in my own version of this, if that makes sense. So just like James Bond, trouble follows wherever some people go. The difference is Bond saves the day and some people just create the drama. That's true.
Right.
This one individual, I don't know exactly what happened, what caused him to say stuff about the kids, because I wasn't over there. But I do know this. Something was done. Maybe he got kicked out of a chat. Maybe they found out the truth about him, whatever the case may be. He got mad. He decided to take his frustrations out, cried and bitched and moaned. And, the thing is, by working with Ricky Armstrong and Kevin Impact, I'm going to get this out here. Shout out to both of them, owner of ASPW, AHW owner JTV. Huge, much love and shout out to them for what they do, especially with my company. Shout out to them, first of all. The things that they taught me by watching their shows is that sometimes you're allowed to have drama in a wrestling show because that's what makes wrestling good is the drama. But don't take it too far to where somebody literally don't want to either work with you, be there, or it gets to a problem where you're basically going to have to step in as the owner and say, you two's, got to be kicked out, or, some. Austin
makes a good point there with that one, CJ.
See, right here, I'm gonna show this out because Austin made a good point about this. Mess with the kings, mate or queen, and their children. You never talk crap about a child no more, no matter what. I mean, he's absolutely right about that. You don't talk about people's families. You don't talk about people's kids. And
Ryan makes a good point there, too.
I mean, Ryan makes a good point, too. But here's the thing that I'm trying to get at real quick before I let you get into what you were saying, DJ, is, it goes back to choosing your words wisely. But at the same time, you got to know exactly, the main thing about Feck, which is Marcel Wickham, I don't care to say his name here on the Moment of Truth, is that he doesn't know anything about wrestling. He thinks he does, and he don't. He don't know how to do a promo. He don't even know how to be a GM in another company. I mean, I could bring people in that could tell you the whole story, but we probably save that for a later day on the Moment of Truth, or maybe Nitro is dead. But skipping past that, going back to Ricky Armstrong and Kevin Impact here, is when I was in their company, you know, especially Ricky's, because I know Ricky longer than I did Kevin Impact, because Kevin Impact was PvP at the time. So,
oh wow!
Basically, here's the thing that I'm just going to say this as it needs to be. Ricky has taught me everything that I needed to learn about how to run a successful eFed show. Ricky's taught me on how to structure your foundation to where you know the knowledge of wrestling by watching it, studying it. You know, it's almost like the real business in a way, but you got to study more to learn more, sort of thing. You got to study the craft.
Facts.
And the same time here on the Moment of Truth is what I'm trying to say is this one little individual does not study the craft. He don't even know how to cut a promo. I mean, he's more of a fan than he is an actual wrestler. I mean, I'm just going to put that in there. I'm just going to put the truth in there, because I feel like that there's a lot of things that I feel like that is not getting put in to stuff. And also here on the Moment of Truth, I'm going to tell you guys also what's going to happen to the moderators, just so we can be on good standstill. The partnership with myself and Ricky, I'm going to do a new thing with the moderators, so everybody's not going to get a mod. I hope you guys understand that. No, you know, it's nothing bad for anybody, but I'm just letting you guys know what we're doing on this channel. But anyways, getting back on point here is, you know, about the kid stuff, you can't say that. You know, you can't talk about somebody's kids and really don't think that, you know, you're going to eventually get by. Sooner or later, you're going to get your what I call in the real world, you're pretty much going to get those lips rearranged. I mean, that's just how the cookie's going to crumble, I guess. That's
honest facts here. Honest facts.
Now,
at the same time, I'm going to say this right here. And this is coming from the heart right now. At the end of the day, you know, they all saying if you target kids and women, you know, in our saying, you're a bitch for that in my book. And at the same token, you deserve everything that's coming to you. And I mean, in all due seriousness, you don't target women and children and expect to get away with leeway for doing it.
Ryan, if you're still here, brother, check your messages, because I know you wanted to be on the Moment of Truth, so I sent you a DM.
So in more ways than one, you can't sit there and expect to not have a death wish for targeting women and children, especially a family that has women and children, has kids. There's a receipt coming for everything that this person does, and you can't run, you can't duck, you can't hide from it.
You know,
there's levels to this shit.
It goes back to more like the old saying. There's an old wise saying about that, but I'm trying to think how it's worded. But it's pretty much what DJ has stated, that your actions have consequences that's going to call you out later in life eventually. You can't keep doing the same old shit and expect to get by. I mean,
and then on the other hand of that, you can't keep sitting back holding in all this truth that you have, but you don't want to say it because you're ducking and dodging questions that need to be answered.
I mean, hell,
that's almost like saying, if I came into a situation that I was in and I need to be honest about it, but I'm ducking and dodging questions of real intrigue and interest. How's that going to look in the long run to those that want to know the honest truth behind it?
The thing is that I'm going to say here on the moment of truth is this, and I feel like that this is got to be said. You know, I'll speak my mind. That's me. That's what, you know, I had to learn how to do. You know, when I was going through the same crap, you know, with Feck, I had to speak my mind. That's why he don't like me to this day, because I'll speak my mind on things. But
He makes a good point.
But going back to this, I want to get back to where, you know, I was going to say is if Feck was in JTV pulling this crap, I know what Kevin Impact would do. Kevin Impact would pull him aside, talk to him man to man. And if Feck, you know, I don't know if Kevin Impact had kids, but if Feck ever talked about Kevin Impact, his wife or kids, like he did Broski's, I swear to God, Kevin Impact will beat the shit out of him. Like, I'm just spitting real fucking facts there. I'm just putting it right on the table. You would get the shit beat out of you for your words. So I'm just trying to be a friend to warn you that, hey, this is the internet, but also you got to watch what you say, because one mistake out of your mouth, somebody could pop up on you, and then guess what? There's no CJ coming to help you. There's no DJ coming to help you. There's no Broski. There's no Ricky. There's no KD. You're on your own. You dug your grave.
And at the end of the day, all it takes is for that person to pressure that man to say one thing: drop the address. And in those terms, if somebody say drop the address, they're coming by all means.
Now we got Ryan Storming here. So Ryan's got a lot to say about this Fecker.
And at the end of the day,
go ahead, DJ. Go right ahead. Finish, DJ.
And at the end of the day, when you have smoke on you, there's no running from it. This is why we're constantly on your neck until you admit everything.
It's like you said, I brought up a good point. Well, you know where I got those set of lines from of, you know, never mess with another man's family. Do you know what movie series I got that from?
Where did you get it from?
Well, one movie that's made a series out of itself. And it started in, I think, early 2000s, The Fast and the Furious. Where Donovan looked at somebody and said, don't you know you should never mess with another man's family?
That saying is true. I do got the movies.
That's where I got it from.
Here's the thing that I'm going to get at. You know, there's an old saying by Creed Fisher: talk shit, get hit. And when you decide to talk shit, especially to somebody's kid's wife or somebody's partner that they married, whether it's boyfriend, girlfriend scenario, you got to learn when to shut your mouth, because I'm telling you, this is God's honest truth, that I'm not sitting here making this bullshit up. I'm not lying. Somebody's going to deck you with that mouth. I mean, it's coming. It's
Hey, there's an old saying in the hood that's needed.
Hold on, let me get this out, and I'll let you. It's kind of like going to a restaurant, buying your burger, and getting your receipt. But in that case scenario, what you're doing, you're not buying the burger. You think you're just going to get the receipt and walking out, and just, you know, like you're the happiest person. No, what receipt is, what I know what a receipt is you're going to run your mouth to the wrong person. Somebody's going to show up and give you the receipt you don't want. That's the reality.
Mm-hmm. The receipt you think you're not going to get, but guess what, motherfucker? Here it is. Here it comes. You better be ready.
In other words, Ryan, you and DJ is going to be laughing because you just brought up a good point that one of my favorite movies, Next Friday, a.k.a. Little Smokey, somebody's going to be standing over top of you saying, you got knocked the fuck out.
Was he wrong, DJ? Did we get a laugh out of that?
At the end of the day, I go back to an old saying from a good movie. I know we all watched this movie. Goodfellas. Snitches get stitches. And at the end of the day,
Oh, DJ,
You've been talking a
you know
lot of
where
shit.
that leads to, don't you?
Here's the thing that I'm saying. You know, I've been around a lot of feds, and you know, being a former HKW Chaos champion, huge shout out to Brian Mead for the opportunity. Much love and respect. Also, even though I'm not in their company, huge shout out to ONW for letting me be their legendary champion at the point. Huge shout out to them. Also, shout out to Ricky for letting me have a shot at the Bloodbath Chaos Hardcore title and let me hold on to it. Shout out to him. And much love and respect goes out to Kevin Impact for JTV, but I'm trying to get on topic here, so I'm not going to have all the time to give shout outs here. But here's what I'm trying to say is that sometimes when you know somebody, you know, this really, I guess you could say I'm trying to say this as positive as I can about this is not only fact that you need to like do some soul searching, but man, like Jesus Christ, dude, like you need some help because you are going to get yourself in some ass beating scenarios that you're going to be calling for us to try to get out of it. And nobody's going to help you because you keep doing the same old shit. I'm just being straight up honest. I'm being honest with you, trying to help you get out of a scenario that you don't want to be in, because especially if you go to the wrong states, like up New York, where, you know, there's street guys, and then you go to the city of LA, those guys ain't going to be like, you know, other
They're
people.
gonna look at you funny.
Hell, I know another place that wouldn't be safe for them. Chicago's one of the dangerous ones, the Windy City.
That's
You don't think they're
definitely
nice?
Chi-Town is one of those areas. Chi-Town. You don't want to be stuck in NYC, for example. You come anywhere out of that state of Canada, your ass is grass.
Here's the thing that I'm going to say here is not only Feck has to do some soul searching, but there's an old saying that one of my favorite actors used to, you know, he's not really an actor, but he's a music artist. And he wrote a song, a rap song that says, check yourself or you wreck yourself, a.k.a. Ice Cube. There's a reason why he wrote that song, check yourself or you wreck yourself, because it's bad for your health. In other words, you're going to say something to the wrong person one day, and I'm not going to be there. Ron's not going to be there. DJ's not going to be there. Maybe it will be Broski. I don't know. I'm just saying in all context in general, you're going to run into the wrong person one day, mouth off from online, and it's going to become a big problem. You got to watch what you say is what I'm trying to say.
CJ, there's another song that Feck needs to listen to out there. It was made by E40, and you know what that song was? And he wrote a song that's about life. Choices, if you've ever heard of it. I'm sure DJ has.
Never heard of it, but there's a song that I'm going to say out there that holds a lot of volume
If
to
it's
me.
that same song, Ryan, that says, I had choices since the day that I was born.
No, that's not the one. Everybody's got choices. You've never heard the song by E40 of Choices?
No, I heard it by George. I think the dude's name was George Jones. I think
There-
it's,
there-
Well,
There's
this one's a
another
rap
song.
tune by E40.
there's
It was
a
made in the early
song that I think
2000s.
that really needs to know very well. And this is holding volumes, and I think CJ knows, and the whole probably people on this chat knows. Old song by Johnny Cash. You got to know when to hold him and know when to fold him.
No. That's not
Kenny
Johnny
Rogers.
Cash. That's good old Kenny Rogers.
yep, Kenny Rogers.
That's the Gambler,
That's the gambler.
DJ.
I was like,
That's
that
the
song
Gambler by
right there.
Kenny Rogers.
I was just, that I knew it was a bunch of different versions of it, but I didn't know who did the original.
That
Sorry,
was Kenny Rogers, sir.
DJ's on Ryan Storm's La Foo Foo with music. Just saying.
But here's my thing about it. That song and that line right there, Fetch, you need to know when to hold him and know when to fold him. And at
know
this
when
point
to
right
walk
now,
away.
you gotta fold. You gotta fold. Right? You're in that fold process because you're not playing your cards right, and we got you hook, line, and sinker with everything.
Yeah, and the way you sounded, in fact, with your
You want to
pissing mouth.
accuse me. You want to accuse Ryan. You want to accuse Aaron. But whatever happened to accusing yourself of everything that's going on here?
Yeah, really.
It's almost like you don't want to take blame for your own actions. That's sad.
And DJ even put the proof in the chat that you shut Ricky's channel down. And you denied
And
that.
you even said right after that you were coming for us. Make it make sense,
Hold on.
my boy.
Send that to me on Facebook where I can show them.
And you
I
know
did. It's in
something?
your chat.
And you know
It's
something,
in your
guys?
other CJ Mundo chat. In your Cody Justice chat.
And DJ, CJ, I'll say this. Let me say this for a minute here.
Did you send it to me on the what is it?
On the Cody Justice chat.
Send it
Because,
to me.
you know, my brothers,
I will thumbs up the thing, and I want you to send it to me where what thing I'll thumbs up to because I'm on the laptop.
and DJ and CJ,
Alright, no
I know
problem.
one thing here.
Well, so
That-
I see it.
I did say the fact it wasn't by YouTube choice that made KD's channel go
That's true.
down. He didn't
Right
do
there.
anything inappropriate. He did everything right. And to me, KD's channel got shut down somehow. I think it leads to fact because there's no possible answer except for
Wait
that.
until the screenshot gets put up on the screen. That's where we know it's him in general. Because Ricky sent me that screenshot. Shout out to you, Ricky, for sending me that screenshot. But at the same time, it proves it's you because your name is written all across it.
So who do you think shut KD's down, I wonder?
And if he shut down Ricky, it's only fitting that that it's pointed to him.
Hold on, I'm about ready to upload it here on the Moment of Truth.
Because, I mean, think about it. Somehow, some way, KD's channel just goes boop.
Yeah, and both his channels just go bye-bye in
Okay,
short
Feck.
times.
Okay, Feck, what does this say right here? Here's where we actually bust you for taking not only Broski's name of ONW on KD's channel, but let's read this loud and clear where everybody here can see this correctly. I got Ricky's channel canceled, and I'm going to do yours next. You just plainly told it what you was going to do to KD's channel. Then you said, I will keep making reports on your channel. You told on yourself with those two messages.
And then the last line is basically pretty relevant since you guys have ONW, you guys believe them.
Yep.
Learn how to fucking spell, my guy.
Well, look at it this way, too, DJ. He broadcasted his strategy other than doing it.
So
You
now,
shouldn't broadcast your strategy before you do it.
At the end of the day, the proof is right fucking there. And shout out to Ricky for giving me that screenshot while he was watching KD's channel. And that proves, put two and two together, you had something to do with KD's channel getting shut down as well, Feck.
And you know something,
So let's
DJ?
not sit around and hide behind the fucking bush and hide the truth.
And if he
The
says he
truth is
wasn't
in the
in there
screenshot.
one day, he's wrong. Because there was one night you guys caught him, and there was one night I fucking caught him. And he wasn't saying
It
shit
doesn't-
after I caught him. He ran away.
It makes every amount of sense possible that this man has been hiding behind fake accounts all this time and waiting for the right moment to strike on us.
And you know what I find is weird? One night, KD was streaming. You know, it was a little marble game or whatever it was, rolling
Yep.
the marble.
I think I popped in for a hot second. And he ain't
And
show
all
up.
you've seen, it was just me comment after comment, right? Where you knew I was in there, DJ, because I was doing my mod job and watching him at the same time. That's what he was streaming.
Oh my God, Katie cracked me up.
I see that.
Because that night, KD actually got a fair stream all the way through. And I stayed there to make sure he did. And DJ, you popped in to make sure everything was going right too.
Well. And at the same time, you have to ask yourself this question, Feck. How are you sitting up here sleeping that night, knowing that all this is on your conscience?
Well, it's kind of funny how we're going up to 4 viewers and then it's going back to 3. I think Feck's trying to make a fake account to come in here to do the same shit again.
I think someone's watching.
And if someone is watching, and we know that you are listening to this, Feck, so don't sit here and hide behind false narrative and thinking that you can't, then you don't know your place.
Quit your
At the
hiding,
end of
boy.
the day, Feck, only you can come out and admit everything. The screenshot was put up for a reason that I sent over to CJ.
Yep.
And if the name on that screenshot does not spell your name in the beginning, outside of the O&W part, then you're denying the facts. And what's that old saying, CJ? When you deny facts, the proof is on you.
Yep.
And that same proof that we have, we got dozens of other screenshots that provide everything we need on you. From pictures that you sent to other people, to the way you talk to people's kids. Hell, don't even let us bring in Iceman to the table, because Iceman could blow you out the frame with everything you've done to him. Like, you can't hide from truth. The moment you hide from truth is the moment where you put yourself into a corner where you know it's all on you. And you're backed into a corner with nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Why do you think we keep pressuring you? Dumo Johnson does have a point with that, CJ.
Yep, he does.
Sounds like you have a truth identity. Because 1 minute you admit something on the Moment of Truth last episode, and then turn around and put this false narrative as it ain't you.
Yep.
Like, make it make sense. Because it don't make no sense for you to be the man that you are, and it don't matter how old you are, you're acting like a 2-year-old spoiled brat.
Yep. And here's the thing, Feck. Like, I don't really have nothing against you, but you're making this worse than it already necessarily is, because if I do recall, you signed a 90-day contract with Ricky saying that you wouldn't do drama, and here we are again. You're doing the same old shit again.
And boy, if Ricky got wind of this transaction that you've done and not wanting to admit the truth and stay away from our channels, where does that lead to then? Complete and utter ban of all e-feds you're in.
Yep.
And no connection to us. You basically
I've got a
signed your own
feeling,
death
though,
warrant to get back in the e-fed.
But you know,
But if you're
DJ,
not
I got a
willing to
feeling
admit-
that he's probably headed down that way anyways.
You see, you make a good point. He's too lazy to take care of himself or anything else that You make a good point there, Dixie.
Yep, I have to agree with her on that.
You make a valid point with that. And that's the thing. You lack accountability, Feck. And that's what hurts you in the long run.
But anyways, guys, I think
What's that?
I think we need to do this. I think we need to put the link in the chat to see if old Fecker come into the moment of truth.
And if he does come into the moment of truth, we corner him and bring everybody else on board.
So there's the link in the chat in case.
Come on in, Feck. We know you're watching.
Because our viewership's jumping high. I don't know if he's watching, but if he is, then here's your chance to make yourself.
Come on in like you did last episode and admit everything right to us.
What's that old saying? Jump on in, the water's fine. Yeah, well, you got some troublesome waters, Feck.
Come on in, the water is fine. But guess what? When you jump into this water, you got a bunch of sharks waiting for you.
What's that? CJ, when he jumps in, he's going to have a lot of, as what Mako Tsunami once said, denizens of the deep.
Oh, he got a lot of sharks waiting for him.
Is that
If
how
you feel
Mako
it, Froggy,
Tsunami put it,
leak.
CJ?
Join the link.
I'm waiting on him. Like, if you're going to talk all this big talk, Feck, come on.
You feel the Froggy Feck? Leak.
Well, like I said in that chat, CJ, he's got the balls to start this shit. But does he really have the balls to come out and admit it? That he did it?
Oh, he don't.
I mean,
Like I said to CJ a while ago.
Here's the thing that I'm going to talk about here because I feel like that this needs to be talked about. When we first had issues with him, how many times did me and DJ try to warn people before they finally listened to us and found out the hard way? That's what I'm.
Oh, really? How did I try to warn all of you that he was toxic and bullshit? How long did it take you guys to figure that out? You know what I was talking about, CJ.
Well, I kind of listened to you because you told me the truth on that, but I'm just saying in general, when me and DJ started the Moment of Truth podcast, how many times have we had to literally go live just to warn people about him before somebody...
Oh, we went live on multiple occasions about it, not just on your end, but my end as well. And boy, does it hold volumes to this very day that he's still on our shit list.
Oh, trust me, DJ. He's been on my shit list for the longest time.
Like, he's not only on the shit list, he's on the PTA list.
Belt to ass is what I'm going to take it as.
Mm-hmm. Like, I really want to put belt to ass. Like, I don't think his mama and daddy put belt to ass to him. Raised him respectfully.
He's not on my belt to ass list. He's on my banned shit list and don't want to be seen or heard of ever fucking again list.
It's almost like I feel like his parents didn't raise him well. And if his mama and daddy raised him well, he would know right from wrong.
You know, the funniest thing is when you said BTA, you put me in mind of that. I don't know if you saw that video clip of Roman Reigns having I think it was the Universal title belt at one point, and some kid was like giving him trouble, and he's like, you want me to be your daddy? He's like, you keep causing trouble, I'm gonna take his belt off and whip you like I'm your daddy.
That's exactly what I want to do to this clown ball. And he knows what he needs, but he's not willing to accept that truth.
DJ, you could take that belt and whip his ass with it. I'll just take the belt and crack him right in the face with it. You take that title belt, you whack him across the ass, I'll smack him across the face with it.
See, here's the thing, Ryan, that I'm gonna say right here before I go. Let's take this phone call. The thing of it is this: I'm gonna do that scene. If anybody's ever saw the House Party 1 scene at the end of the scene, where Robin Harris was beating kids' ass, I'm gonna do that scene to him.
Oh no, DJ. Oh no, not that.
But everybody enjoy your night. I'll be here if y'all need me.
But anyways, guys, we're going to close the moment of truth out because I feel like that he's not going to show up because we spent 55 minutes, and that's plenty of time.
That's plenty of time, huh, CJ?
Yep. So
We spent time in here.
we're going to close it out. Before we do, if Ron's got any final thoughts, or if you guys got any final thoughts you want to address on the moment of truth, now's the time.
No, I just wish we could be done with this asshole and be done with this bullshit.
But anyways, guys, if not, we're going to see you guys on the next one.